Hey YouTube, what's up? Chocobo Knight 99 here, Team Gentleman, and this is going to be a bit of a shorter video, just to compress, because there's still tons of decks I gotta go over before North American Nationals happens, so we're just going to go straight to it. We got my favorite deck, H.A.T, also known as the H.A.T deck, also known as Hands, Artifacts, Traptrix. What do? They got hands, they got artifacts, and they got Traptrix, so let's go through it. We got 3 Artifact Morale Tech, 2 Artifact Beagle Tech, 2 Traptrix Dionea, 2 Traptrix Vermilio, 3 Fire Hands, 3 Ice Hand, 3 Max C, 3 Upstart Goblins, 3 Pot of Duality, 1 Pot of Dichotomy, 3 Artifact Ignitions, 3 Artifact Sanctums, 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, 1 Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, 1 Torrential Tribute, 1 Breakthrough Skill, 1 Compulsory Evacuation Device, 1 Call of the Haunted, 2 Wiretaps, and 1 Solemn Warning. Extra deck, we have a Gaia Dragon Thunder Charger, a M7, Wind-Up Zenmayo, Tiras, Pleiades, Volcasaurus, Durendal, Artifact Durendal, Ragna Zero, Black Ship of Corn, 101, Heartland Drago, Exciton Knight, Daigusto Emerald, Abyss Dweller, and Cowboy. Side deck, we have 1 Dark Hole, Nobleman and Crossout, 2 MSTs, Deep Dark Trap Hole, Needle Ceiling, Acid Trap Hole, 2 Deep Prisons, 2 Black Horns, and 3 Debunks. So this is a net deck of Mike Albanese's Hat-Trick deck from YCS Philly. I took out one of the Noblemen I've crossed out over for an Acid Trap Hole. And yeah, other than that, it's pretty standard stuff. So we'll just go through it. So first of all, the 3 Artifact Morale Tech. I guess you could say he's the main part of the artifact deck. Yep. So, well, I don't even know how to go. Okay, well, I guess we can start with the trap cards. So, Artifact Sanctum, this came out in Primal Origin. What it does is it special summons an artifact monster from your deck. So basically, you special summon this guy. When he's special summoned during your opponent's turn, he destroys a face-up card your opponent controls. And the nice thing about him is that he activates his effect when he's special summoned, and then on resolution he destroys a face-up card, so this doesn't target. So if your opponent has, say, Leo, Keeper of the Sacred Tree, who cannot be targeted, we can simply flip an Artifact Sanctum during our opponent's turn, special summon Morale Tech, and then destroy Leo without targeting. So just good utility there. This isn't letting me... There we go. Alright. And then, second off, we got Artifact Beagle Tech, because sometimes Artifact Morale Tech can in fact dead draw. So when he dead draws, because he's a level 5 monster, we don't want him in hand. It's like the same thing as, you draw a Lone Fire Blossom, awesome, you special Titanial from back in the day. You draw Titanial, oh crap, I can't do anything while this is in my hand. So, to mitigate that, we have Artifact Beagle Tech. When he's special summoned, we can destroy up to 2 set cards we control, minimum of 1. So the basic combo, each of the artifact monsters have an effect where an additional ability where you can set them in your spell and trap card zone. So if you dead draw into Morale Tech, can't use him in your hand at all, you can set him, and then you can set Artifact Sanctum. During your opponent's turn, you can flip Artifact Sanctum, special summon Artifact Beagle Tech, use his effect to destroy your own Morale Tech. When Morale Tech is destroyed during your opponent's turn, he'll special summon himself from the grave, and then when he's special summoned, he'll get his effect to destroy a card. Basic combos there. Alright, next we got Traptrix Dionea. When this card's normal summoned, it can special summon another Traptrix monster from your graveyard. Main target would be Traptrix Vermilio. When this card's special summoned, it blows up a spell or trap card your opponent controls. So basic combo, get Vermilio in the graveyard, normal summon Dionea, target Vermilio, special Vermilio, activate Vermilio, destroy their Mirror Force or whatever they have, overlay for an Xyz monster. Sexy stuff. Also, Traptrix Vermilio, when this is normal summon, it searches a hole card from your deck. You can search Bottomless Trap Hole, Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, Deep Dark Trap Hole, Acid Trap Hole, and of course, Void Trap Hole. A lot of people have been using this one a lot. When your opponent special summons a monster with 2,000 more attack, you negate the effects of one of those monsters with 2,000 more attack, and if you do, destroy it. So, easiest situation, your opponent makes Beals, you flip Void Trap Hole, kill Beals, don't have to worry about his anti-destruction. Alright, next up we got Fire Hand. Yeah, I think I already explained this in my last video, but if you haven't seen that one, Fire Hand, when he's destroyed, you kill a monster and special summon Ice Hand. When Ice Hand dies, you kill a spell or trap, special summon Fire Hand. Get great loops going on, get insane value. And it's level 4, so you can Xyz summon using these guys. Alright, Max C. This is just so you don't lose to turn 1 like Infernities or Dragons or Mermaids when they go off. Upstart Goblin, this is quote-unquote a control deck. You want to draw your answers as quickly as possible. You're not trying to kill your opponent in one turn, you're just kind of trying to win them over card advantage. So since you're not really trying to kill them one turn or anything, it's important to just draw your traps as fast as you can. So the smaller your deck is, the better chances you have of doing that. Most importantly, Artifact Sanctum, as far as drawing stuff. Alright, Pot of Duality, same concept. You play it, pray to God you reveal a Sanctum and add it to your hand. Dichotomy, you can only play it at the start of your main phase 1, and only when you have three different types of monsters in your graveyard. When you do, you shuffle them all in this deck and draw 2 cards. This is basically like the, I guess, successor to Pot of Avarice. It's not as flexible, but still does what it does. You can't you can't conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. But it's really important that you can still special summon during the turn you activate this, because if you're in a pinch, you can activate this, shuffle your Dionea back in your deck, draw 2, and then play like a pot, or play like Upstart Goblins, keep drawing, normal summon Dionea, make a 101, go for game. So it's really good, it just gets you back in the game. It's amazing late game. So honestly, the first time I played this card I hated it, like I had no idea how to use it and everything, but it took me about 10 games to realize just how good it was once you get into those really late games. Alright, next we have 3 Artifact Ignition. This is basically MST, but after we resolve it, we can send an artifact monster directly from our deck. So it's a +1, you know, because you lose 0 cards, your opponent loses 1. Super awesome. And the combo's great with our other cards. Artifact Sanctum, special summons an artifact from our deck. So a really great combo if you have Artifact Sanctum and Artifact Ignition set. You can, when your opponent attacks, you can flip Artifacts Sanctum, special summon this guy. When you activate his effect, you can chain Artifact Ignition, and then Artifact Ignition will resolve first. You'll destroy like whatever their face down is. You can set this guy from your deck after resolving this card, and then this guy will resolve, destroying Morale Attack. Morale Attack will special himself, blow up a card. And then next turn you'll have 2 level 5s for Pleiades. Very good stuff. Bottomless Trap Hole, best target for Myrmilio, not much to say about that. Traptrix, Trap Hole, Nightmare. Bottomless is at 1, so it kind of sucks when you draw Bottomless and Myrmilio, because then you don't have any targets left to search. So you might as well go for the next best thing, Traptrix, Trap Hole, Nightmare. Torrential Tribute, it's just good for board wiping. Breakthrough Skill. This is good because your opponent can't chain MST to it and try and destroy Breakthrough Skill, unlike Fiendish Chain. And you have enough trap cards where you don't need to worry about stopping attacks with a Fiendish Chain. I do like Fiendish Chain because it can stop attacks from enemy hands, but I believe that Traptrix or H.A.T, hand artifact Traptrix have enough answers to hands in their side deck. Compulse, Xyz monsters and Synchros. Call of the Haunted is really great. You can use it to bring back Artifact Morale Attack during your opponent's turn, who will then get his effect to destroy a card. You can use it to bring back Beagle Attack, who will get his effect to destroy your own Morale Attacks that you set. And you can bring back Myrmilio, which will destroy your opponent's spell or trap cards. So tons of utility. Worst case scenario, you can even just special summon a level 4. Alright, Wiretap. Yeah, negates trap cards. What you want to do here is negate other artifact sanctums, other wiretaps, solemn warnings, counter traps, get your plays through and everything, prevent other opponents from negating your artifact sanctums, etc., etc. Alright, solemn warning. It's solemn warning. Alright, Thunder Charger. You can make a lot of rank 5s, and then once they blow out of material, you can make Thunder Charger. The main combo, of course, though, is Volcasaurus. You can Xyz summon Volcasaurus, use this effect to destroy a face-up monster, and then they'll lose a lot of damage, but Volcasaurus can't attack directly, so a perfect thing you can do is after using Volcasaurus is you can overlay into a Thunder Charger and then swing for game. M7 is the same concept with Pleiades. after you use up all your materials on Pleiades, and he's only got 25 attack, you can make the larger M7, which has a whopping 27 attack, and swing right in. Also, if you somehow manage to keep M7 alive long enough, you can use his effect to add Dionea from your graveyard to your hand, and then normal summon Dionea next turn to get a free XZ summon. So very nice stuff. Zenmao's a little risky. When you summon him, he will get Warning, he will get Bottomless, he will get Compulsed, Fiendish Chain, Breakthrough Skill, Veilered, Torrential, all kinds of nasty things will happen to him. But if you can set a Wiretap in preparation and then overlay for Zenmao, you'll make Zenmao, they'll try to Solemn Warning it, you'll chain Wiretap to negate their Warning, and then you can use Zenmao freely to destroy 2 cards, insane value, and he's 26 attack. Tiras is mostly for other hands. If your opponent has a fire hand on the field, you can simply make Tiras, swing at the fire hand will attempt to destroy Tiras, and it will fail to do so because of Tiras' continuous effect, and then fire hand will not get its effect because it must destroy a monster to special summon. Alright, Pleiades. This is Pleiades, he's just broken. If you guys don't know how good Pleiades is, just start play test this deck on Dev Pro, and then every time you can make Pleiades, just make him, and you'll see like how great he is. So yeah, he's Pleiades, he's good, he's Pleiades. Oh fuck, God, Jesus Christ. Alright, so fucking good. Alright, Volcasaurus, I explained that one. Durendal. This is a weird one. Basically, if a monster effect is activated on the field, or a normal spell or normal trap card is activated, you can turn it into MST once per turn, during either player's turn. So let's say you're afraid of an opponent's Mirror Force. You can go ahead and overlay for Artifact Durendal, attack, they'll be like flip Mirror Force, and you'll be like activate Durendal effect, turn your Mirror Force into MST. The thing about this card is you can't activate it if you don't control any spell or trap cards, because you can't activate an effect that would do nothing. So a great combo to do with this guy is if you have artifacts in your hand, you can just set them and then make Durendal, and then turn what would otherwise be dead draw artifacts into free value, just like free Solemn Judgments. Another thing to keep in mind is that this only works on normal trap and normal spell cards, so will not work on quick play spell cards like Forbidden Lance, Book of Moon, and it will not work on continuous trap cards like Fiendish Chain. It won't work on Call of the Haunted, and it won't work on Tenki, etc., etc. It can work on Compulsed, Torrential, Bottomless Dark Hole, and Artifact Sanctum. Alright. Next up we have Ragna Zero. Your opponent makes Boojins, you win the game. Alright, Black Ship, you can use that on other hands, like Fire Hand and Ice Hand, because it Sense the Grave and won't trigger their effect. 101, he's 101. So fucking good, holy shit, please. Oh, fucking holy shit, 101. Oh my god, so much swag. Alright. Heartland Drago. You can detach a material, attack directly for 2,000. So, he's basically like a super cowboy. You can just swing for game, steal games from your opponent. Especially if you have a wiretap set, you can just go all in, no fear of back row with wiretaps. So yeah, I guess this is where wiretap starts showing its utility. Exciton Knight. Win game. Alright. Zaigusto Emerald. He's actually really great. Especially when you can normal summon Dionea, because Dionea will special summon your Traptrix monsters in defense mode. So Dionea only has 17 attack, so there's really no reason not to make an XZ monster when you overlay for Dionea, unless you really think they have a black Horn of Heaven or something. But anyway, perfect target because he's got more attack than Dionea, and then you can detach, shuffle your hands back into your deck, or shuffle Dionea's back into the deck. You can even shuffle Artifact Morale Tax back into the deck just so you can resolve Sanctum more, get more cards. You know, it's the same reason why you run Pot of Avarice, but in monster form. It just gets you back in the game. Super great card. Dweller's Dweller. He can stop hands also, and if you overlay an Ice Hand with him, he'll gain the 500 attack because he's Water type. Cowboy's cowboy, you make him defense, steal game. Dark Hole. This is really great against Gear Gears because when they set Gear Gear armor, you have to destroy the armor before it gets to flip. And then no mana crossout's the same thing. You want to kill Gear Gear armors. Gear Gears are probably your worst matchup in this current meta. Alright, MST. This is for Floodgates if your opponent's playing Skill Drain, Royal Decree, I guess D-Fisher? I don't know. You know, just, yeah, any of those really annoying continuous trap cards or spell cards. Messenger, Peace, Prohibition, whatever. You gotta have your MSTs. Gotta have that Floodgate hate. Deep Dark Trap Hole. First of all, you can search us with Traptrix Vermilio. So having side deck cards that you can search is always a good thing. Secondly, it banishes monsters. More importantly, it banishes Stardust Dragon. Even more importantly, Stardust Dragon can't do anything if it's banished. And third, more importantly, Firehand doesn't do shit against Stardust Dragon, and we cry against Stardust Dragon because Artifact Sanctum can special summon Morale Attack, but Morale Attack can't do anything against Stardust Dragon. And if you know summon down there, special summon Morale, Stardust Dragon getting. So yeah, if your opponent has Stardust Dragon, you gotta Breakthrough Skill it, you gotta Compulse it, you gotta Deep Dark Trap Hole it, etc., etc. And don't you noobs try and tell me that Breakthrough Skill doesn't work on Stardust Dragon, because it does, because it activates and resolves on the field, and Breakthrough Skill isn't the same as Fiendish Chain or Skill Drain. Learn your rulings, Yu-Gi-Oh! This is like Effect Veiler. Alright. Needle Sealing. I guess against Gear Gears, really. If they try and go for the OTK, you can flip Needle Sealing and kill them. You can also make Gear Gear and X miss timing with Needle Sealing, as long as you make Needle Sealing Chainlink 2 or higher. So, yeah. Perfect example. You can set Needle Sealing with your Artifact Ignition, and then when your opponent makes enough monsters, activate Artifact Ignition, chain Needle Sealing will resolve, killing all your opponent's monsters, and then Ignition will resolve. Last thing that happened in the game was Ignition resolving, not Needle Sealing. Gear Gear X will miss timing. Super great. That's a Trap Hole. It's like no mana crossout, but you can search it with Vermilio. And the way Acid Trap Hole is worded, it's not on this one, but it's if you go to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki and look at the Legendary Collection Acid Trap Hole, it says you flip up the face of monster, then you destroy it. So, then means that one happens after the other, monsters flip first, then it's destroyed, they don't happen at the same time, armor misses timing, super duper cool. Deep Prison, negate hands, Black Horn of Heaven, yeah, negating Z summons, like Felgrand, so before Felgrand character effect, Stardust Dragon's a good one, tons of good stuff. And Gear Gear X too, because then it'll never leave the field, so it won't trigger his effect. And then debunks for hands. Alright. Well, I tried to make that video short, but honestly, it's tough. It's really, really tough. I try my best. But I mean, there's lots to go through, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's a whole deck. You know? I don't even know if I should make an anime picture of this slideshow or if I should just throw it up on YouTube. I'll put pictures of Lily from Katawa Shoujo throughout this video because this is for Dylan. Yeah, and I'll put Kanji from Persona 4 for Brandon Prater. I don't know whose favorite character is, so I'm just gonna assume it's Kanji and Chie. All right, bye.